Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I am Brittany.
And I'm and I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about season 7, episode 1, titled 4:30 a.m. Apparently they were traveling abroad. Air date September 14th, 2009, and the synopsis is:
the Tree Hill gang must learn that to live an exceptional life doesn't end once you've achieved your goal. With Lucas and Payne gone, Nathan's a year into his NBA career, and Haley's taken over the Red Bedroom Records and has to deal with the return of her 26-year-old sister, Quinn. Meanwhile, Brooke is still happy with Julian.
It actually said Quinn's age in the synopsis.
Yeah, that's why I kept it in there, even though it wasn't really necessary, but yeah.
But I'm like, they have never said her age.
Yeah, so I don't know where this information's coming from.
So that was weird to me. So I have a question. Is Taylor the oldest?
Yeah, that's what I was questioning too, even though I feel like, I don't know, Quinn just always gave the vibes that she was oldest anyhow, just because she's like the most mature, but I don't know.
Because I feel like at that dinner in season 7, they say, I don't know, because they talk about the two of them being in high school together. But then I'm like, but then Taylor was a senior when Haley was a freshman. So I'm like, was Quinn a junior? And that's why when they started junior year, the two of them were not seen because they were out of high school.
Yeah.
So it's weird because, okay, and here's the thing. Haley had, this is the other reason why I feel like Quinn is the middle, because Jamie's turning 7 in this episode. Haley had him at 18.
Right.
That's 25. How is Quinn 26?
Yeah, I don't know. They definitely seem like they have a more age gap than that. So I don't know.
Well, because here's the thing: is that Haley? They started the show when they were juniors. Quinn would have been a senior if they're only a year apart.
Oh yeah.
So we would have heard about Quinn. Like we would have seen her probably and everything like that, because she would have been a senior living with Haley. And then there would have been like, oh, you're going to move out. And that would probably been a good sister moment. But like, as it was like Haley was, remember her parents said, you were the last one, junior year. So bye. Remember, like, that's why we're leaving, is because all of our kids are out of the house. Well, what do you mean? I don't understand. Like, if Quinn is only 26, that means she would have been still in high school when her parents left. What?
Yeah, so they could have fixed that by saying that maybe Quinn just dropped out of high school, because we know that she was traveling for work, so maybe that's what she wanted to do just earlier. And take photography and all that, or do photography.
But it's weird. I swear they did not say it in this episode that she's 26.
Right, yeah, they don't.
So where did this person that wrote the synopsis get 26 from? Because they never once said it in this episode.
Right, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I find grammar and misspellings wrong in these, so I don't know if it's a real person or AI or something, but whatever it is, it's wrong, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, Taylor's 2 years older. Or, no, Taylor's 3 years older. So I don't know where the hell Quinn falls, but she definitely ain't 26. She's definitely older.
Right.
But yeah, I never knew who was older, Quinn or Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's like Quinn to me, but yeah.
Yeah, but I do think that synopsis is a little wrong there.
So then Deanna's at the report. Somehow he's still alive after all this time, when he was given like 6 months at the most, I think, to live before, like in season 5, right?
I think this was okay, because he talks about being on a park bench. Okay, like in the end, or I don't know, when he's doing that show, I don't know if it was the beginning when he was doing the show or the end of the show, but he said he was on a park bench when he thought he was going to die. And here at the very opening, he's on a park bench. And he says that's when his son was playing his first game and he wasn't there, obviously. And so I'm like, so was that his dying moment? Was he was on the park bench at the opening of the season and then it just went 14 months ahead? Or what?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Because it's been 14 months, basically.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. And here's the thing. Remember when we always questioned last season? Well, I think the past 2 seasons we've questioned this of, did he ever have surgery?
No.
Like what?
Yeah, after the first 2, drownings that he went through with losing the first 2. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I think he just gave up on getting a new heart. But even if he had the surgery, I don't know if they say 10 years or 5 years extra you could possibly get. I think every organ's different too, but yeah, so either way, his time would still kind of be borrowed. But yeah, so 14, if he had the surgery, 14 months does make sense as why he would be alive still, but they don't, make it seem like he did have surgery. So
no, he said he was gonna die, and then he says, "But here I am," and I'm like, "So you didn't have the surgery then?"
Right? Yeah, just somehow he had a miracle, I guess. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's what I mean. For basically this whole series, Dan, we knew, had a heart condition because it happened in at the end of season 1, the finale. So for all these years or all these seasons, we thought that, or we knew something might happen. And then obviously the past 2 seasons, it's been, oh my God, he needs to have surgery. Otherwise he's going to die. Well, oh my God, just after 14 months, I'm still alive and I never had surgery. Would it work? I'm so confused at how he just got better. See, I remember that that he didn't have surgery. Because I remember when we questioned it, we're like, we don't remember him ever having surgery or ever saying that he had surgery. We always only knew from the show that about the heart, and the dog and all, we knew all of that, but we never knew if he had surgery. And clearly the man didn't. He just, I don't know, has the look of a saint or something. I don't know. But all of a sudden he's just alive and perfectly well. Very, very weird.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, okay, because I don't think really they knew how season 6 was going to end, but season 7, here we go. Whole new season. We're going to have a fresh start with Dan. And, my thought was too, when they showed him, I was like, oh, so he's going to be in mostly season 7. Otherwise, why would he just randomly be here, pop up for, 2 scenes? Unless he's not going to be in the series or the show. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to get more Dan Scott in season 7.
Right. Yeah, and then Haley is singing in the studio while Brooke and Julian make out on the sand at the beach. That's their place, it seems. And then a little girl finds the shell case of a bullet from the ground while playing outside, and a pic is taken of her by Quinn. So I thought there'd be a story to the bullet, but it's just her taking a picture. And then Jamie takes this trading card of Nathan and puts it on a bulletin board. So Nathan's come far. And then Clay is on the phone making a deal in his office, and his assistant, he gives his assistant's attention by throwing the ball he was playing against the glass window.
And then he just
signals, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he has another call that's actually his mom, but we don't ever see her in the show. And then at the beach, Julian tells Brooke that she could go with him, but she doesn't want to leave Treehouse. And then he says that the movie's almost over, so then he can come back and we can be together. And then Haley's still in the studio where there's a sign that says the space is reserved for Haley Jane Scott. And then at Close Over Bros in New York, Millie is in charge, ordering people around like
oh my God. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, it's like deja vu again. I mean, what? The fact that she, okay, here's my thing. It's like, I feel like if I ever was that successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would not be ordering people around like that because I know what it's like to be at the very bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I swear that some of those high up people that go to college and then all of a sudden they're executive of something, it's like y'all need to learn to be the bottom first, I feel like, and then work your way up, because like otherwise you're never going to know what it's like to be at the bottom, and you're never going to understand how to treat somebody because you're too high up there. Now, Millie started kind of right there. I'm not going to say the very bottom, but like she was Brooke's assistant. And she hated being treated like trash, like for Victoria, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Why in the world would she be treating her assistant like this? Like, girl, you know where you came from. You're not that girl. In all the 2 seasons we've seen you, you've never been that girl to like be rude to somebody. Like, if you want something done, there's a politer way of saying it. So I was like, nope, don't like this at the start of this at all, because I don't like that they were making Millie this way, because I also don't feel like she actually could do that. Like, she'd be like, oh, wait, like, like to like have an assistant, like what? And I feel like she'd be a lot nicer to the assistant.
Yeah, well, with the 14-month time jump, we don't know what happened between then and now, but
I wish we would have got to see that, because I feel like if she was thrown in an assistant, I feel like she'd be like, can you, like the sweetest like little voice, like, can you do, like, she doesn't have like a yelling voice,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like she'd be like kind of scared to like order her assistant around. So I don't know, I just wish we would have seen that, just because I don't like this.
Yeah, she's acting exactly like Brooke did in season 5, because she even has the same exact coffee order that Brooke had, and even wanted to make sure there was no foam, just like Brooke did with Millicent.
Mm-hmm. And then at the very end, then she says, "Oh, and have fun." And I'm like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like it. I don't like this at all.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
I mean, she was acting like Brooke, and I don't know, Brooke seemed like she was just a busy CEO.
Yeah, but Brooke has always had that like kind of demanding. Like, you knew Brooke could be demanding. I mean, we saw it in season 1, so that was nothing new. But Millie is so sweet. Like, what? Excuse you?
Yeah, well, isn't this the season where she kind of had like a personality change in a way? Because she goes down that dark, path with drugs, and maybe something about her figure, like her size and all that, maybe, or something.
Yeah. Is it season 7 that she does the drugs? Or season 8?
I'm not sure. I get those two mixed up when it comes to plot sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this could just been a start of that, her change. Like, it's like she gained so much confidence that she went overboard with it. So, and then I know that affects hers and Mouse relationship as well. So.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I didn't like it. Also, it's weird. So like for Mouth, he thinks like she's gonna like come back. Isn't she like kind of like enjoying herself in New York? Isn't that where she's at?
Yeah, I mean, because when we left off, she actually wasn't needed in New York because Victoria was gonna go.
Right, and Brooke said, you stay here because your boy or something is here.
Yeah, I forgot already where their relationship is. Maybe they broke up for some reason, because I don't know, maybe she changed her mind and wanted to be in New York. I don't know.
Or I guess maybe Victoria was not doing so well, so like they sent her to New York. Maybe, I don't know. That's the problem with this 14-month gap. We have no idea what the heck happened. And remember in season 5, at least we got some like what of a flashback of like what people were doing. Here we have nothing. I'm like, we're supposed to just make this stuff up.
Yeah, well, it's funny because you usually complain about the flashbacks, but now you want them.
Okay, I just want to know what happened. At least tell me what happened. At least we have season 5, there's too many flashbacks. But just like a flashback to tell me what the hell is happening, because I don't know, and I'm asking you, and obviously you don't know.
Yeah, because she apparently had a meeting with Victoria, but then canceled it. because now Victoria works for her apparently.
That was fun. Okay, I will say that out of everything that she said, that was hilarious when she said she works for me. And it was funny because like her assistant was like she was when she was like, she's not gonna like that. Like Millie was with Brooke. But I was just like, I just want to know what happened because it's weird where we left off to like here.
Yeah, well, the old Millicent came back because she said to her assistant, like, don't tell Victoria I said that, that she works for her.
And also, then that's when she said that. Oh, have fun.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If I was those assistants, I'd have to have a tape recorder with me. No, because they're just, I need this. I want this. Call it, and it's like, see what? What did you say?
Yeah, so she gave Calliope, the assistant, Brooke, that Brooke had given her just some advice as well to have fun because they're only young once. And then this is where we see Clay again, and he finds Nathan practicing at the gym, even though the season is over, because he doesn't want to, lose his stamina. I can't say it. He doesn't want to lose that momentum of being in shape and everything. So, and then so then they mentioned the 14 months again. About the 10th day, just do the work and everything will be fine. And
so Nathan was only signed for a 1-year deal.
Was he?
Apparently, because Nathan said he has no job. They talk about how he has no job now because Clay didn't get it. Remember, because that's why he says you're unemployed. That's why you have to do that.
Commercials?
Commercial. Yeah, that's his only job. Otherwise, he's unemployed. And I went, huh? So he only had the NBA for 1 year. Gotcha, Clay. Gotcha, Clay.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't play well enough to stay on the team. That's hard to believe.
Well, and then it was weird because when he first joined, he was like a freaking starter.
Yep.
And that was weird because I feel like if they just got you, they wouldn't start you. You know what I mean? I feel like they'd have to see you for a little bit before they just throw you in there, especially because you're not used to the big leagues. Like for football, when they go from college to the NFL, it's a whole different playing field. These are only 21, 22-year-olds trying to go against, older and, what you want to call it. Not successful. Oh, seasoned players. It's so different. Even when you go from high school to college, it's what? For anything, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, whatever. It's a shocker because these are the best around. And so for Nathan, I don't think they would have just thrown him in.
Right.
The game 1, here you go. What? Okay.
And then Clay made the comment to Nathan that he never do anything to jeopardize him, Haley, or Jamie.
But he clearly did. Gave a 1-year deal. What kind of agent is that?
I mean, or is that actually how they do it in real life, 1 year at a time?
Ooh, you got the iPhone, right? Ask that question.
Okay.
Because I do want to know if Clay is just a terrible agent.
Because I know that's how Broadway usually works, but a Broadway season. Let me see.
It's how what works?
Broadway. They go by the season. That's usually about a year or 9 months or something like that. It says no, they're not limited to 1 year. Yeah, they can go for multiple years. It says rookie scale deals lasting 4 years, and veterans for 4 to 5 years. So, yeah, I see another 3 to 10 years. Yeah, so.
Wait, you can get a 10-year deal?
I meant 3 to 5.
Oh, I was gonna say, who would sign somebody at that age to just be 10-year deal?
It says 1 year deals and options. Players may opt for 1 year deals or 1+1 contracts, 2-year deal with a player option on the second to gain flexibility, capitalize on a rising salary cap, or gain free agency sooner. I don't know, maybe they're going for that, but it doesn't sound like that.
I guess they did a 1-year deal because they knew that Nathan had the accident.
Oh,
so
yeah,
maybe they wanted to see if he could even handle the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it, a full season of it, because they play a lot of games. It's not high school. They play a lot of games. So I think maybe they wanted to see just how much he could handle it before they sign him again.
Yeah, possibly.
Because he wasn't, like once he got out of college, he was injured, and then he had that comeback, and so I think maybe they just wanted to see just how it was going to be, maybe because they maybe didn't want to be like, oh, let's do like a 3-year deal, and then after the first year he can't handle it, so it's like, what are we gonna do? Just put him on the bench? We paid him all his money? Like, that would be stupid.
Right.
What's weird? I wonder what his first deal was. Was it a 3-year deal? Was it a 5-year deal?
Mm-hmm.
The first time around, because I feel like if it was more than this deal, I would have been so mad at myself. Like, you idiot. The fact that you had the first deal was going to be, a few years, and then this deal's only a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Nathan would have been that person too, of like beating himself up over the fact that he would have had more years the first deal. So
yeah, I guess that, yeah.
Why wouldn't they talk about it?
Yeah. I don't know. Especially because Nathan was so, stressed to actually make it happen. Now it seems like he doesn't really care, if it slips away. So yeah, that's weird.
Exactly. He spent so much time on treating everybody like crap after the accident, and then on top of it, this comeback.
Mm-hmm.
All to just be like,
Yeah, it makes it sound like he just wanted to get to the NBA just to say that he actually did, and then do something else or something. Like he didn't really care about it. He wasn't passionate about it.
I think that's what it was. I think he wanted to do it to beat his dad, because I swear, at some point that's what he says. I just feel like there's a scene somewhere of like, either Dan says it to Nathan or Nathan says it, of like something about how Dan never made it to the NBA because remember he left college.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So remember Nathan always said, I wanted to outbeat him.
Yeah.
And going to the NBA would outbeat Dan. And I think I think that's why he wanted to do it so bad too. Because he can clearly play on the river court with his friends. Like, I don't understand like why he needs to be in the NBA so bad. Like, I've never really understood that, because it's not like, like it seemed like once he was married and had a kid, that was his life. It didn't really seem like that. Like season 1, Nathan, yeah, of course, like nothing was going to get in his way. But like after that, I feel like anything that would have had to do with Haley would have. Like he would have given it all up. And so it's weird how then it was like, no, he needs it so bad. And it's like, but why? I don't understand.
I feel like on Drama Queens, James mentioned that there's a reason they had Nathan stop playing, because I think maybe he in real life had an injury or something, that he couldn't like play basketball on the show anymore or something. I don't know if that's from a clip I saw or previous episode of theirs. I don't know.
Or maybe
he said something like that. There's a reason they changed it.
Or maybe they didn't want to do like finish it out like that, because Nathan would never be on the show then. Like they had to keep him in Tree Hill. Because if he was in the NBA, he'd be traveling all the time.
Right.
And so then he'd be only in the show half the time, like when he's home. And so that would probably be stupid, especially because he's a series regular. So I do feel, and especially because he's the one that now has to carry the show because Chad isn't on it, to be the Scott brother being the only one on there. So I feel like they had to do something with him, and him being an agent would make a little bit more sense because he could go away for like 2 days, but then be home. You know what I mean? And we wouldn't have to see those 2 days. It could just be like, oh, I'm home. And then now the show or the episode starts, and I feel like that's what happened in season 8. Where he was home more. So I do think that's what happened. But so yeah, I do think that they couldn't really do a show. And I don't know, then I don't even know why they made him be in the NBA if they were only going to take it away. Like, oh, you're in the NBA. Now you're not.
I mean, they could have said he got another injury, but that would be kind of just repeating the same story from season 5. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, and it would have been repeating the same thing from Dan. He had an injury and he couldn't play college anymore. Well, Nathan has an injury and he can't play in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it would be like having Jamie would have to come out and outbeat both of them. But yeah, I just think it's a little. I would love to know, like, even from like the writer's standpoint, like what they were told, like why was Nathan in the NBA than that? Like, it would have made more sense if it was because they didn't know there was going to be a season 7. But the problem is they knew there was going to be a season 7, so clearly. They knew he was going to go down this road. So, like, because again, if they were going to, put it all together in season 6 and then, oh, wow, we get a call after, then it'd be like, awesome. But we already knew that, or they already knew that. So that's what's a little odd to me. It's like, you knew you were getting a whole nother season. So what was the point? Unless you really wanted all this drama. I guess maybe that was it too.
Right, yeah. Or maybe they could have made the time jump bigger, so then it would make, I don't know, maybe Nathan just quit because he didn't want to be away from Haley and Jamie or something like that, from being away for so long.
Well, and I think, obviously, in the next couple episodes of what's going to happen, I feel like it would make sense that nobody would hire him. And I feel like, think about it. You want somebody that's going to be that, like, he was only in a year and already people are going and attacking him. Right. Like his reputation, his name and all that. Like, you really think that if you were a business owner and you owned the team, you would really want to do that? Like, they got a bad reputation. No, I'm good.
Right.
Where's those 22-year-olds at?
Yeah, and then with Jamie's birthday coming up, Clay asks Nathan what does he want for his birthday, and Nathan says he already spoiled him with all the autographed jerseys. And then
I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty cool
to have all those jerseys signed.
Yeah. You don't think so?
Well, I'm not into sports, but yeah, I get it, the autograph side, yeah.
Yeah, but think about it. That could be worth money.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't thinking like that. Yeah, just have the collection of it all. Yeah, and then yeah. So, do you think Clay and Nathan seem like too close? I mean, it's 14 months, but I don't know. It seems like they've known each other for years instead of 14 months to me, with how close they seem here. Like, it just seems natural.
Yeah.
Do you think that's weird or?
Yeah, because that's only a year, but I guess you can really bond with somebody in a whole year. And he's trusting them with his life, I guess. So, so.
Yeah, because he asked Nathan, who would have ever thought that a couple of knuckleheads like them would end up here. So it sounds like that, they kind of grew up together or something. So.
Well, and I also find it weird because he is treating him like a friend, his agent.
Yeah. And then, yeah, so apparently Clay's going to have a meeting with the NBA, head of the NBA. And Nathan tells him to at least wear a suit. So that, it doesn't cost him millions. But yeah, and then at the apartment, Skills was trying to sell his CD collection, but nobody would take them. And this is when the record stores were starting to close because everybody was starting to go to, digital music instead of physical.
Yes.
Mouth suggests to take them to Goodwill. The Skill says that Goodwill isn't getting his Tupac CDs, but it's just the record store that wouldn't take them, really. And then Mouth brings up, while Skill is getting rid of clutter, maybe he might want to move some other stuff too, like all of it. So Skills, Skills asks Mouth if he's asking him to move out, and Mouth tells him he doesn't want him to, but he does want his own space with Millie.
Okay, and that's what was weird, was like, so is she coming back? Because it seems like in this first episode, when we see Millie, it seems like she's not coming back. It doesn't seem like she came in for like a week or anything to like have meetings and like come home. It seemed like she was like Brooke, very successful being there and like never coming home. So then all of a sudden you get to Mouth, and Mouth's like, I want this whole place to myself with her. And I'm like, is she coming back, or are you only talking about like for the weekend?
Right, yeah, they should have made that more obvious because in season 5, Brooke was gonna actually go to Tree Hill, whereas didn't she? Because I remember she said, no, maybe it was a car. I don't know. She's supposed to go somewhere, but anyways, yeah, her assistant could have been like, I have your ticket to go back to Tree Hill. We're gonna miss you, something like that.
Right. Yeah, but nothing.
So yeah, so Mouth wants the apartment to himself. Do you think that's fair?
No, because
like
Skills paid half of it.
Yeah, it's like last notice. Like it's like he's trying to get him out like today. It seems like.
Yeah, like where's he supposed to
within
go?
a week? Yeah. And then I mean, the only place I can see him crashing at for a while is Nathan's, but of course he didn't do that. I don't even remember what happens, but I know it's not that.
And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's also pretty rude because remember when Mouth didn't have a job and Skills was like kind of like helping him out with the rent sort of thing, remember? And he's like, oh, like you owe me rent money, but it's like, he must have covered for that month and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, the fact that Skills has been there for you and then you're like, out you go. Like, it was pretty rude. Also, it did seem like he wanted him out tonight.
Yeah, and then apparently Skills says he can't afford it because he's starting a new business. Do we ever see
what business? What business?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I couldn't remember anything that he does here. Like, I don't remember where he goes to work or anything.
Me either, because I feel like I remember a lot of this show. I don't remember him starting a business. Like, I remember that he was like helping to coach like Jamie's baseball team or something, but that was it. And that was in like season 8, he plays baseball or something. Like, what? Like, what business are you talking about, Skills?
Right.
Because I don't remember it.
And then in the limo, Brooke tells Julian she wants him to stay. And she says, she's not sad, but Julian knows she is because she's been moping around ever since the night at the beach. And Brooke just says she's just going to miss him is all. So then Julian asks, about her going with him again, like what's keeping her in Tree Hill now that Payne's gone, because she went back for her. And then Brooke reminds him that so did he, because he's after Payne at first. And then he just says that he means if she can rent clothes over those from Tree Hill or New York, she can rent it from anywhere. But Brooke says Tree Hill is home. And Julian
I am on Julian's side.
Yeah.
Because Brooke can run it from anywhere. And Julian's job, the job that she met him on, his job is to move around.
Yeah.
That's his job. He cannot do it from sitting at home in Tree Hill. This is my problem when it comes to people. Is when they want to control that person about their job. Like, you met this person when they were a producer, right? You can't now say, I want you to live here. No, honey, like his job is everywhere. It's not there. That's my problem with people. Those people that are like, you need to give that up for me.
Right.
Then what would they be doing? Because that's clearly what his job is and what he's good at.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Like, yes, Lucas can move anywhere because he's a writer. Brooke can move anywhere because she owns her own fashion label.
Yeah, where's he going again? California or something? Or no, I don't remember.
No, I thought he was going. I don't forget where, but he was going
New
somewhere.
Zealand. New Zealand.
Oh yeah, he can go meet up with Karen.
I can't remember. I can't remember if it's a different state or country, but yeah. I mean, country might be more difficult for her, but yeah, she could open a store anywhere else in the country if she wanted to.
But don't you think it's annoying when people do that?
Like,
it's all about you. Like, okay. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like when the whole thing of like Tom Brady and Giselle, and it was like, because everyone's like, because it was like she wanted him to retire from the NFL. And it's like, but honey, you met him as a football player.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything about that, but yeah.
But like, my point is, you met him as that. You cannot now come back and say like, you need to retire.
Yeah.
I hate people like that. I'm not gonna lie, I do, because again, you met that person. Now, if you had a reason, a real true reason why you didn't want that person to do that job, then fine. But otherwise, like, don't just say because you want to spend more time with them. Then go with them. If your job can allow you to travel with them, then you need to travel with them.
Right.
Otherwise, sit down. Like, yes, I just don't like that. And so Brooke being that person, again, you met him when he came to Tree Hill to do a movie, and then he was leaving. Remember that? Well, now all of a sudden you're going to say, no, just stay here. Okay, he might be able to stay there, but that's as like his home, but he's going to be traveling a lot because he's going to have to be on set. So, or have, meetings in New York and LA. So for her to just be like, stay here, it's like, again, he's still going to have to travel. So I don't like it. I don't like it how she's being, but I do agree with them of like, you can move.
Right.
Just because Brooke is set in her ways of it's Brooke's world doesn't mean it's the right way. Just because it's about Brooke.
Right.
Again, remember when he left because he had to go do a movie and he had to go to LA. And remember he wanted Sam and Brooke to go with him, and she was on, no, I'm not going.
Like that again. Yep.
Yes, but again, that's his job. Like, what planet is she on? Like, come on now. Again, then don't go after a producer, Brooke. Because he's gonna have jobs.
Yeah.
Unless you want him to be unemployed. Then he'll be really happy, won't he, to not have a job to do.
Right. Yeah, so I did like how she told him that she was proud of him because he's probably never heard of that now that we know his father, unless his mom tells him that too. But yeah, so that was nice at least. But then they step out of the limo at the premiere. They are greeted by the bright flashing of the photographers and the loud crowd from the red carpet. They hold hands. And then Jamie is in his room.
Oh, it kind of, did it look like to you Brooke's smile kind of faded?
Yeah, I don't know. Guess she doesn't really like the spotlight, at least movie-wise. I mean, she kind of seemed to be okay with it when she was doing her stuff or her fashion, but yeah, I don't know.
Or is it because he said he ain't moving?
Maybe both, yeah.
That's what I kind of got. Like, she didn't like the answer in the car.
Yeah.
So she just is trying to fake it now.
Yeah, so Haley goes into Jamie's room and he's all dressed up, so she asks why. And he says it's his birthday, and Haley tells him that she needs to tell him, but his birthday was yesterday.
Do you really think he's all dressed up?
I mean, no, I didn't really take it that way. Maybe because he's in a little tux or something, but yeah.
I was like, what?
Maybe just the expression of it, but yeah, so Haley walks out of the room acting like she doesn't know, but then comes back and shouts, happy birthday to him and runs over to hug him. And she says she can't believe he's 4 already. And he says he's 7, so she asks if he would settle for 5, and he says no.
And it's like we saw his birthday 2 seasons ago, his 5th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really?
Yeah. Maybe if she had said 4 or something. I mean, 3 or something. I mean, we went past for 3, but you know what I mean. Just an age that we didn't see him as. And then she makes a joke of maybe they could feed him coffee and cigarettes to keep him really small.
I was like, oh, wow, that's bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Jamie tells her that he's 7, no change in that. He's been waiting a long time. So Haley tells him that she's sorry that they had to cancel his party. And he tells her that she's not really that funny. And she says, but she does make him laugh, though, by tickling him.
Dude, were you excited about your 7th birthday?
What was that? 1st grade, I think. Yeah. I don't even know what I did for my 7th birthday, so I can't really say. Maybe McDonald's. I'm not sure. I can't remember what it was.
I was gonna say, don't remember it, and I don't think I was. I mean, as a kid, yeah, every year I was excited for my birthday, but I don't, until you get to a certain age. But I mean, as a kid, yeah, I was always excited for my birthday because it was summertime and it was always like a pool party. But like, I don't think my 7th birthday, it was like, I'm so excited to turn 7.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that.
Right. Yeah, so when she's tickling him, he says he wants his dad to save him, but Haley reminds him that he can't because he's at work right now. So that's when we see Nathan on the set for the commercial, but we don't see it. It's a set at first. We just see the woman's hands, reach from around him.
Yeah, so it looks like he's cheating, but he's really on the set.
Yeah, for that body spray.
I thought it was funny when he went to go sit down with Clay, and Clay's like, "You're so like." What was it that he called him?
Just terrible at it. So wooden.
It was funny. And then he's like, I'm not good at this. And it was just hilarious.
Yeah, because it's acting, so it makes sense because he's used to just playing sports. Yeah.
But honestly, I didn't even think anything was wrong with that commercial.
Right, yeah. It seemed fine, yeah.
I was like, what? I mean, let's be honest. People aren't even looking or aren't even listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
They're only looking at him.
Right.
So I don't know what was up with that. Like, as in, like, why he's like, I'm just not good at this. But that's when Clay said you're unemployed. Otherwise, and he goes, well, whose fault is that? And it's like, I mean, he does have a point, Clay.
Right. Yeah.
So was Clay his agent when he got the call in season 6?
I don't know, but it had been soon after that, yeah.
Because I feel like they should have brought him in, and then we would have definitely knew who he was in season 7, even though it's very easy to tell. But like, I don't know, just so we could really have a connection of like, wow, like they go that far back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if they planned for Nathan to have an agent because I think what's his name? What's his full name?
Rob.
Rob. I think he said that he had like less than a week or something to like prepare. I don't know, because he said like he binge watched seasons 5 and 6 to kind of at least know the adult side of things for them, the characters. But yeah, I think he said that he had like a time crunch, so I think they didn't really like think of him having an agent right away, or did the casting at the last minute because they were focusing on Quinn or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I remember Rob and Chantel talking about how they did watch a few episodes so they knew who everybody was.
Yeah.
And I remember like they said about how, if the ratings go down, it's because of them, because Chad and Hillary were gone. And those two knew that they were going to be the replacements of Chad and Hillary.
Right.
So, yeah, but I feel like if the writers, maybe, I just feel like they would have at least, I wish they would have at least had said his name in season 6.
Yeah.
That way, like never, maybe not show him of it, like, but like say his name. That way, when it's heard in season 7, you're like, this is who he was talking about. Just something of like, oh, let's bring season 6 back. Just something.
Yeah, I can just see Nathan getting Clay as his agent afterward, like the NBA, whoever called him like says, "Oh, we have a few agents that want to work with you. Why don't you have interviews with them? You can pick one out." Basically, maybe that's how the process went. I don't know. I don't know how this works in real life either. But
also, the fact that Clay is literally like the same age as them.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
Like what?
Yeah, Clay definitely does seem young. Like it seemed like he was just starting out, if anything.
Yeah,
So
maybe that's why he only got a year
yeah,
deal.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
Nathan,
But
you need to get somebody that's older and experienced.
Maybe they just want them to be closer in age to, be more close as friends or something, yeah. But he could have been like at least a few years older or something, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do think that's what they were going for, was like somebody that Nathan in the group, because he does become part of the group, that he could, because remember, he's replacing Chad, so like he needs to be around that age. But like, come on now, if you're gonna come bring him in as the agent, he probably should be older than that.
Yeah, like maybe
couldn't he have been like couldn't he have been like the agent's assistant, or like a new agent following the other agent around and like kind of talking through him to like learn the like business side, like something, because like Clay ain't that old. He doesn't seem like he's that old. So something that would make us go, I gotcha. And that's why they're so close. Because right now, I mean, Clay is working for Nathan, so it is a little weird.
Right.
And also, I get also why they wanted Clay to be younger than somebody that's older, because obviously he's going to be with Quinn. And if Quinn is in her late, I'm going to say it, in her late 20s, because she is, if Haley's 25, she is in her late 20s.
Right.
Oh, so is Taylor. I hate to tell the writers that, but it's true.
Yeah, they could just make Quinn and Clay at least 30,
Yeah, so I mean, so obviously, because they needed him to be young enough to be dating Quinn, obviously. Yeah. But also still young to be with the group. But also, I don't know. So yeah, he might be 30, where the other ones are 25, because you could still hang out with somebody that's 5 years older than you. Or vice versa, 5 years younger, something. But like, yeah, I do wonder how old he is.
Yeah, so Nathan and Clay just kind of make fun of the product because he tells them to go back on set and do another take, or otherwise it's gonna be a stormy night, because that was part of the contract or the script that they have. So they're teasing Nathan as well.
Well, isn't that the name of the body spray?
Oh yeah, I think it is, yeah. But like they're using it as a play with the words, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And then we transition from him spraying it on himself to mouth.
Is he literally using that spray or no? Like, what is he using?
Yeah, I think it's probably the same spray. But that's when Skills walks out and sees a naked mouth, who was just sitting on the couch too, which was kind of weird.
Gross.
Yeah, and he tells him that, this isn't going to work, trying to get rid of him like this. And Mouth says, I don't know what you're talking about, just hanging out in this apartment. And Skills tells him again it's not going to work. And then Haley's outside decorating for Jamie's party. He wants to see it. So she tells him he can come look now. And the whole backyard is set up, definitely bigger. So is this a new house? Because, I don't remember. Yeah, because they still have a pool, though, at this house, right? Yeah, they do. Yeah. So just a bigger yard, at least. Yeah.
So this is the new house. This, I don't know if you noticed, but this pool has a gate around it.
Oh yeah, because of Jamie, yeah.
But yes, this is definitely a different house. And I'm like, here it is, new house alert. For the Scots.
Is this like the third house so far as their adults? Because remember you talking about how the door changed or something, so it has to be a new house or something? I don't know.
Yeah, their front door is different. Yeah, so they gotta, because they bought one in season 5. They had one in season 5. Season 7 is their new one. Did they talk about a different one that they were buying somewhere else, or was that just a made up thing?
Well, I don't know, because we saw them buy the first house in like a flashback, but
wasn't it that house though? Wasn't it the house in season 5 though that they were that they bought?
I think so. I don't know. It's hard to tell when you don't really see these. Like, I feel like with kid shows, like they make it more obvious, like what house it is. But I don't know. Here, it's just like they kind of look the same somehow. No, though they're big houses, but yeah, I don't know. Just never really look at the details of it all.
Yeah, so I think that they've only had 2 houses. But I love how I say only. Like they've only had 2 houses.
Yeah, and they're only 25. Yeah.
Yeah, 25 with $1 million houses. I mean,
yeah.
what could be wrong about that?
Yeah, well, most of people their age and our age even maybe not even having one yet. So yeah.
And $1 million house.
Yeah.
I'll never have that. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess with his new deal, here's my thing too. It's the 3 of them living in the house, right? Why? Well, okay, in the other room, the other house did have at least 3 bedrooms because Nathan was in the guest room, remember?
Yep.
So why did they need a bigger house? They already had a big house. It's the 3 of them. Here's my thing. Even if they wanted to have another baby, there was 3 bedrooms in the other house.
Right.
It's not like, oh my God, we ran out of bedrooms, and we want another baby, so like we need a bigger house, because obviously I would understand that. But you did not need a bigger house.
Yeah, I think just with people who are rich, if they can have a bigger house, they just will for that reason alone. Like,
but even if they already had a big house.
Yeah, I mean, I know celebrities who don't have kids do that, so have that big house. Maybe they have a lot of animals, if anything. But yeah.
These 2 ain't got no animals.
Yeah, because I just saw like Ariana Grande's old house that she just like moved out a few years ago. She has no kids, some animals, but it was really big and pretty. But yeah, and she was only there. I think she was living there with her husband, and then they divorced. That's why she moved out. But yeah, so it was just them and the animals, and it was really big. So just if it's like if you can get it, you just get it. They just want to get it just to have a bigger house if they can afford it. So yeah, seems to be the thing.
But here's my thing about athletes.
Yeah.
Your contract is going to run out at some point, right?
Right. Yeah. So then they won't be able to afford it anymore. Yeah.
This is the reason why athletes, especially, go broke, because they get all this money all right away, right? And they spend it all, and then they either retire or they have an injury or they don't get hired again. So they all of a sudden have no more money. So then they lose it all. Why? Because they were dumb and they clearly did not have a financial advisor. No, that's what I'm talking about. Nathan, being an athlete, he has nothing to go back on. Like his dad built a business. Yes.
Yeah.
So
clearly money,
but clearly that's where their house was coming. It's just like, obviously he was fine financially because he had a business. Now, if you're an athlete and you have a business, then you have nothing to worry about except for your business going under. But you have a better chance at success or for money wise because you have something to rely on. But you can't rely on your contract. You get a $5 million deal. You cannot just spend the $5 million.
Right.
And I feel like that's what so many athletes do. And it's just not good because you cannot be guaranteed that, because you could have an injury. And guess what? You don't get all that money. If you get injured the first year of your deal, goodbye and good luck, because you're not going to get all the money.
Right.
And so, like, why would you buy a bigger house the very first year? Especially now that he doesn't even have a job. Like, why? Save that money until you know you can spend it. What?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, not just athletes, like the influencers too, they seem to do the same thing I've seen. So, content creators and all that.
I just wish people would pay more attention to their finances.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know, like they say, like, you can go and make more money, but like you can't go and really make more millions.
Right.
That's a little harder than actually just going and getting a regular job. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you'll never make that kind of money again.
Yeah.
So I just feel like they should control it a little more,
Mm-hmm.
their money, than just like, oh, I got $1 million. Look.
Right.
Like, don't just spend it, people. Like, please, 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 if you get money, please don't just spend it. You know what drives me nuts though about money?
Mm.
I don't know if you've ever watched on HGTV Lottery Dream Home.
No, I haven't.
Oh, these people drive me nuts on there. Oh, how much did you win? 500,000. Oh, what's your limit on your house? 400,000.
Mm.
Okay. First of all, you're gonna have your taxes are gonna be so high every goddamn year.
Right.
Yeah, you're nothing like spending your money and then wow, then you no longer can afford taxes every year because you're now broke. Yeah, again, even that kind of stuff. Like, why? You get $500,000. Why are you buying a big ass house? I don't understand these people. I really, truly do not understand people at all. So that you can lose it in a year or two. Congrats. Right. Congratulations. These people have never had, I guess they've never had people looking out for them or something, or they really think money grows on trees.
Right.
They might make money every single day, but it doesn't go in your pocket. Like you're not a billionaire, so sit down.
Right. And then I thought it was funny how Haley said that the place looked great and there's not even one clown, not scary clown. And then they go to look at the cake, but Haley notices the I and E in the frosting of his name has been cut out. So it says happy birthday jam, which is funny.
Actually, Jamie was the one that found it.
Oh, I mean, she walked up with him. That's what I really meant. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he saw it first, and then she did too, right after. And then
so that wasn't his real cake.
Yeah, that's what I was confused too. I don't know if she like got a second cake just to make the joke, by pushing his face in it, and then they still had the real cake. Maybe that's what they meant.
But
so people can eat one.
But I was confused at this because she did not know Quinn was there.
I guess she just was hiding somewhere that Haley didn't see her. I don't know.
No, because the I and the E Quinn took off, remember? So that's why I'm confused, because then Haley's like, oh my gosh, so happy to see you. But then she pushes it in her face, in his face. And then I'm like, but I don't understand this, because she didn't know Quinn was going to be there. So like, did Quinn bring a second cake to make up for this?
Yeah, so I said maybe she just bought the second cake, put it there, took away the real one, or maybe it was somewhere else already, and then did that prank on Jamie like that.
Yeah, because I'm like,
just so she wouldn't ruin like a whole his actual birthday cake. Yeah,
probably. Yeah, because I'm like, you wouldn't do that unless you either knew the sister was coming, so you bought another cake, or you brought one.
Yeah,
that was weird to me.
Yeah,
I wish it was more clear, at least.
Yeah, it's kind of like how parents, get their baby a little cake for their first birthday, and have them, get all messy with it, but then they have a bigger real cake for everybody else, kind of that thing. It seems like that they use that here.
Yeah, was it the smash cake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny how Quinn was like to Jamie, like, what are you now, 32? So that was funny because that's how old we are right now.
Yeah, but then she said, no, I was just talking about your mom. Yeah. And it's like, if she's 32, you're like
35 at least, or not even that, 30, late 30s, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be older than her.
And then so she tells Haley that she had an assignment in New York and thought she hadn't seen her dorky sister in forever. And Haley asks if Taylor wasn't home. And then Jamie tells Quinn that tells his mom that Quinn ate his cake before he could make a wish. And that's when she rubs his face into that cake. Yeah, because she says, if it was your real cake, I wouldn't be able to do this. So yeah, she definitely got that for him and just this joke alone. And then he tells her that she's dead. So they all start throwing, cake at each other. And then we see Mal still naked while wrapping Jamie's birthday present, which I actually thought was pretty weird still. And then that's when Skills walks out now, naked as well, playing his own game.
Oh my gosh.
And he asks if he can use a pen to sign Jamie's birthday card. And Mal tells him he doesn't know why he's taking it so personally. And Skills, like Mouse, says that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just airing things out. And then Mouse says he's not. He's mad that he wants him to move out. But it's only because he wants to step things up with Millie. So it's not like he doesn't consider him a great friend and doesn't want to hang out with him anymore.
And then Millie walks in.
Yeah, after they said, I love you. Yeah. Perfect timing. And then she just says, get to know the stereotype's not true. And then walks right out. That was funny. And then Brooke passes by a picture of herself and Julian at home. She looks at it and then has a flashback at the beach from before, like you mentioned earlier in the episode. And she told him that she made some closet space in the guest room for him. And she's using her foot to write something in the sand as she says this. And he does have a new job to work in New Zealand to produce it, and it could really make his career. So he doesn't want to, pass up on it.
Again, so as a supportive girlfriend, you would say, do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come visit. Anything to make it better for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like where he's not stressed about the relationship of like, are we going backwards or anything like that? Like he can put his full focus into his job so that, his career can go somewhere. Like it's like Brooke's trying to just keep him like in her little circle, and that's it. And it's like, but that's not a good relationship to be in. That person should want you to do everything you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like that.
Yeah. And then, so he'll be gone for 8 months, but then he tells her that he doesn't have to take it, but Brooke still says that he should. He says time's going to fly by, he promises, and then they'll be together. And that's when we see that Brooke had wrote "Marry Me?" in the sand, but then it gets washed away.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. She's proposing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was cute. Just surprised she was just going to do that and maybe not like have a ring, or I don't know. It seemed like she had the thought like while they were there, to ask him. Like it wasn't like a little planned thing, which is weird.
I guess she was having too much fun.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. And then back at the party, Clay helps Haley with a plate of cookies and tells her she looks gorgeous. Nathan tells him easy and reminds Haley he only makes 10%, so basically he doesn't have a lot of money. And then Clay says at least he wasn't the one making out with the lingerie model all morning. And then Nathan says there's no making out, and Haley knows that Clay's joking. And then Jamie walks up and Nathan asks if he's having a good time. Jamie tells him he is, but Quinn is there and surprises him with a fake cake. And then Clay goes on to say that he had another surprise with the girl that he went home with, but then Haley interrupts him by saying he wants to open presents. Yeah, so it's kind of funny that he's going to say that inappropriate thing in front of Jamie, even though we know later on that he should know better because he has a child of his own, but he just doesn't remember him. So, I don't know.
Oh, and his kid is with her parents?
Yeah.
What's weird? So, what's weird though? Is like, so does that mean, because obviously he forgot, but like, do you really think, okay, because he was talking to his mom on the phone earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does his mom not see the grandkid?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot to talk about when we get to that point, so I don't want, to say everything basically that I feel. But yeah, I don't know.
It's just weird. I'm like, okay, so you're not going to tell your son he has a kid, and you're not going to see the kid?
Yeah, I feel like they could have made more sense with more background on it. They could have said that
I wish it was like he doesn't talk to his parents or something. I don't know, but the fact that he seems good with his mom, but then we know later that he has a kid. So like, did his mom really just let him not remember? And like I feel like if you had a kid, you'd be like, remember this, remember, like trying to get you to remember. It's weird. Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like they could have done something differently to explain why he forgot, like, got hurt and got amnesia or something. That's why I can't remember him at all. But
But why wouldn't his mother remember?
no, I think she does. Maybe she was told from the doctor that it'd be easier just to
Forget it?
yeah, when I forget, have just not like, basically let Clay just kind of continue his life. And like I said, the whole plot line's stupid.
I agree.
I don't know. They could have made drama just to make it more sense. Like maybe he had a kid that he didn't just know existed,
Much better.
from a woman that he slept with maybe even just one time ago before he met his wife. I don't know.
Yeah, but they wanted to make it that he came from a loving relationship.
Yeah. But yeah, just the whole plot line is really stupid. Like
you know what would have made more sense is if she would have died and she was, I don't know, like I don't know, like something of how he didn't see her, like, I don't know, like let's say like 5 months or something, but she was pregnant and they had to deliver early and like he wasn't around, and then her parents just said like, we're raising this baby and we're not going to tell Clay.
Like he wasn't around because of work, or
yeah, I don't know, something like, I don't know, make something up of like why he didn't, but no, he is a kid.
Right, yeah.
And then then that would also make sense of why his parents don't know he has a kid.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they would be seeing the kid even if he isn't.
Yeah, because have you ever seen 50 First Dates?
No.
Oh. Well, do you know Drew Barrymore's in it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, her character gets into a car accident. She hits her head so bad that she only has memory that lasts up to 24 hours, and then it resets when she's asleep.
Oh, sometimes I wish I had that.
Yeah, so her family, but she also relives, so that means she relives the same day over and over again because her dad and her brother played out, because it was her dad's birthday. So they planned the day out how it happened on the actual day, every single day for years, to make her think that time's still moving forward and she didn't forget her life and the accident and everything. So it's like she's kind of like a little limbo where she doesn't know she's sick like that. So I don't know, they could have done something like that here. So that's why nobody's telling Clay he has a kid. That movie also has its bad moments because she does end up having kids. So they didn't show how she would freak out when she woke up and sees that she's pregnant. But yeah, they could have done something along the lines of that. But yeah,
interesting.
Yeah. And then that's when Clay notices Quinn walking up, and Nathan tells her Clay thinks she's hot, and she agrees that she is. And then Quinn tells Clay that the Bobcats got no depth in the backcourt, so he has to step it up and get Nathan paid. And then call him Jerry Maguire, which I don't get the reference for. Do you?
Yes. Wasn't Jerry Maguire a sports agent?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did look him up afterward, but I didn't until I actually looked it up. I never did before I'm watching this episode.
Yeah, so I think that's why. It's because Clay is supposed to be the sports agent.
Okay. And then, Clay smiles and tells Nathan that he likes her. And then Brooke is inside the house calling Julian, seeing if he can tell Jimmy happy birthday on the phone. And she's already called him 3 other times. And that's when Haley walks over, telling Brooke they're about to open presents, but then sees something's wrong. So, Brooke tells her that she just misses Julian. And, from the other movie he's already been doing, now he's going to pick up a new one soon and then out of the country.
Well, you should be happy he has a job.
Yeah. And, she asks Haley about Nathan because he's gone too. And, because Haley points it out, so she knows how she feels. And Brooke says at least the NBA has an off season. Hollywood doesn't.
Well, it's weird. She said, "Who knew?" And I'm like, really?
Right.
I think everybody.
Yeah. And then she asks Haley how the new record's coming along. So that's when Haley tells her that the parent label is saying somebody over so she can, get more stuff done for her music.
Okay, so Peyton no longer owns this label.
Well, I guess this is the parent, because before they made a deal with Mia to distribute her music and all that stuff. So I guess
But I thought it was only for Peyton. I didn't think it was I thought it was for Mia's label. I didn't think it was for Peyton's studio.
Yeah, because remember Haley said that they'll distribute the music, but you still own it, and stuff like that. So it's kind of like she's had two labels at the same time. I don't know if that's even possible, but
yeah, but I thought she was they were only talking about Mia's label or Mia's label for her songs. I didn't think it was for Peyton's record label studio, like her actual business. Like what?
Yeah, well, I just assumed that between Peyton leaving and Haley taking over, that maybe Peyton talked to John and said that, with Haley not really knowing how to do this, maybe you can kind of work with her and kind of like be the head label to help her or something like that. Because it would make sense.
But
Haley doesn't know how it works.
But I also don't think Peyton would give that power up.
Yeah, but we know she's not running it, so it has to be somebody else. It can't be just Haley. So
it's weird.
Yeah. And then Jamie tells Haley to chop with the so they can open presents, and Brooke admits to Haley that he got that from her, which was funny.
So it's funny when he was opening his presents and he wanted to open the first one from Uncle Lucas, which I was so happy. I forgot this part, that there was obviously a Lucas and Peyton reference. So happy that this happened because obviously everybody misses them at this point.
Yeah.
And again, like Lucas gives away his first basketball from Keith to Jamie.
Yeah, which was nice. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I did like it too how we got like a little reference of Haley and Lucas's friendship, because he told Jamie in the card that this was his best friend before he met, his mom. That was cute, at least. And yeah, so he also got it when he turned 7 from Keith. So then that kind of gives us a timeline of when Haley and Lucas met then too. So it almost seems like around the same time as Brooke and Peyton became friends too. Well, they're a little bit older, but around the same age in elementary.
Well, I thought it was funny though when he opens up Skills, when Skills is present, it's all of his old CDs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Skills tells Jamie that he has the best, collection. And Lauren can't believe that he gave Jamie, a 7-year-old, his used CDs, because some of it's not very appropriate for a 7-year-old.
I can, because he wanted to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And he even said that Goodwill didn't take them.
Yeah, which is funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they take anything. And then Nathan got Jamie a Jerry Rice jersey. I don't know who that is. Because that's the real player, right? I think I looked him up. I can't remember already.
Yeah, it is. Do you know what I find weird? That when Nathan says, I bought you something, I'm like, normally it's parents buying their child something. Like, this is from your mom and dad.
Yeah.
It's weird. Nathan's like, I bought you something. I'm like, so Haley's on the hook still? Like, what? It's weird. Yeah. He would have said, we bought you this. It's weird how he says, I bought, like, are you divorced?
Well, I think just because it was the jersey, so obviously, Haley couldn't really get the jersey. Maybe picked it out, like, from who, maybe, or maybe, like, Nathan and Haley had a deal, like, she takes care of the decorations and he gets the present, maybe.
Okay, so but he could very easily say we.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It's we. Again, I've never seen that or heard that before. I bought you this. Parents always say, we bought you this. Unless they're divorced. I don't understand this at all of like why he's saying I bought you this. Plus he said I bought, which means it ain't just your money, boy. It's their money too. So guess what? You both bought him that. You are just taking all the damn credit. Which I have another issue with. Like, don't take credit.
Right. And then Clay basically it seemed like it was from Clay and Nathan instead of Haley, yeah, like you said, because Clay actually called Jerry to be at the party and sign it for Jamie, and even play with them later.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh, he's actually here in the house," and it's like, "What?" And then Jerry Rice comes out. It's like, "What?" Okay. Yeah. Okay. Clay just invites somebody over. Okay.
Right.
Well, I guess. When does the annoying woman come out?
Who?
Renee.
Oh, yeah, not this episode. Or no, it was this episode. Yeah, I forgot, just a little bit later.
Yes.
But yeah, so maybe Jerry's already kind of friends with Nathan, or maybe Clay at least asked Nathan Haley if he could come over beforehand, yeah.
I don't think Nathan and Haley know him.
I mean, they at least should know of him, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure Nathan knows of him, but I don't think he knows him personally. Clearly Clay does.
Yeah. So does this mean that Clay's also Jerry's agent then?
No.
If it seemed that easy to get him over there. I don't know.
He might work for the same agency that maybe Jerry Rice's agent is on.
Maybe, yeah. And then fun. Oh yeah, and then after seeing Jerry, Skill says that his gift sucks now, which is funny.
Well, kind of does.
So then when Jerry is signing the jersey for Jamie and all the kids are excited to see him, that's when she walks up to Nathan asking for a picture.
Ew. I mean, what's very strange to me is that Nathan doesn't want to know who she is, why she's there.
Yeah, because like with taking a picture, you think he'd be like, no, I'm sorry, this is my son's birthday party. I'm not, like not giving the fans attention right now, basically kind of thing.
No, for me, that's not even that. My question would be, who in the hell are you? Okay, here's my thing. If Nathan was at somebody else's birthday party, okay, because you don't know who everybody is, but this is your son's birthday. You should know who every single person is that's at his party. So if she is a child or she is a parent of one of the children, he should know exactly who is at his house, right? I mean, my parents knew who all the kids were and all the parents were who were at my birthday parties. So I'm just so confused at like why Nathan wouldn't be like, whose child, like which child is yours? Nothing of that sort of like why she would be at his house, his personal house, like Nanny Carrie. Why she's at his house at his kid's birthday party. Like, what? It's very strange. And also, how did she get in? Because the fact that she doesn't want herself in is very strange to me. But also, how was it? Nobody said, who is this crazy? Like, what? Like, nobody pointed out that there is a strange woman at this party. But also the fact, again, for Nathan, she says, can I take a picture? He says, yes. No, that's not what you ask. You say, what are you doing at my house? And who the hell are you? What?
Yeah, they should have had her be actually a mom of one of the kids there. So that would explain how she got in, at least, yeah.
Right, or an aunt or something that had to bring the kid.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, this makes no sense. Because again, and also how protective Nathan and Haley should be, given how they're both successful. You would question every single person that walks through your door. I would not have if I had a kid, I would not have a birthday party and not know who every single person is. It's one of those things, especially if you are in the public eye, like they are. You would definitely not just have strangers at your house. So again, all red flags of why Nathan doesn't know who she is.
Right. And then she makes a little conversation with him by asking if he's gotten re-signed yet, and he says no, hopefully soon. And the woman says she hopes so, and says it was good to see him again, but he doesn't question. She's just like, oh, you don't remember me, right? But before Nathan can answer, Jamie walks up, showing him the jersey.
Yeah, then he kind of looks again, and she's gone again. It would be like, who is that, and why was she at his again? So then at that point, you go and tell Haley, like, some woman just appeared, because then it would all make sense of like, hello, like when it does come out, she wasn't in the dark, because he was truly asking her questions of like, who is this person? And then again, the times like these, like nowadays, you would have cameras, so you'd be able to look back and go, oh, who is that? And like, look at your cameras. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Nowadays it'd be so much easier. Because Haley would also maybe see it and say, who is that?
Right. And then later, Brooke gives Jamie his gift from her. They have a tradition of her writing a check for him.
How much money do you think it is?
I don't know. I know that she added an extra 0. So I can see her maybe giving him already at least 100 every year. So maybe she gave him 1,000 this time. I don't know.
I know, because she says this is for your birthday, or this is for being my godson, and then this is for being my favorite boy or something. And I was like,
yeah,
huh? Like, how much money did you give this kid?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was funny when he said, I love our traditions.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then he says that he can't tell her his birthday wish. So she says maybe he can wish, her for something. He can wish, make a wish for her.
So he does. And then Julian shows up.
Yep. And she's like, you're good. Yeah, that was good timing. And then in a room, Brooke asks Julian what he's doing there, what about the movie, but he says that he moved some things around so he could be there.
Yeah, so she wants to make out or, obviously go further.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Jamie's carrying Quinn's luggage, which was funny. And he says that Quinn got them for him, but that's obviously her stuff, so I don't know why she told him that was his present. But Haley,
I think his present was helping her move.
Oh, well, I mean, you wouldn't think that would be something happy that a kid would want, make him happy, but yeah, because he just said that Quinn got them for him. So, but yeah, Haley asks how long she'll be staying. She says maybe a few days, and then Haley's telling Quinn about the house having all the spare bedrooms, so she can go to any one of them.
Oh, by the way, that's a lot of luggage for a few days.
Oh yeah, yep, it definitely is. So in Brooke, I mean, Haley didn't question that either. Yeah,
I would have been like, "What's in these bags? All you're wearing right now is shorts."
Mm-hmm. I mean, it can't be that heavy if Jamie can carry them, but yeah, it's still a lot. Yeah.
Well, no, they were like on wheels.
Oh,
or no?
I don't know. I can't remember. Either way, I just remember Jamie looking almost barely, more tall. He was barely much taller than them, which was funny. And then it's funny how out of all the spare bedrooms, they walk into the exact one that Brooke and Julian are in, making out.
Yeah, of course. Because Haley even says, I love this house, because she talks about having a new house. And she says, I love this house for all the extra rooms. Okay, which means you got more than one. And yeah, of course, yeah. Then they open it up. Yeah, this is in your room. And no, who's in it? Those two. So then wouldn't you just put Quinn in a different room?
Yeah, you think so. But then they make a reference later about them being in Quinn's room. So I'm like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I would have just said, okay, well, we have another room. Here you go.
Yeah, I guess they just wait until they're out of there, I guess. Yeah,
they're just outside like laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
It was funny how Haley told them to get a room, but not one of hers at the house. And then tells Julian, welcome back. And Brooke yells to the door, sorry, they're leaving. And then Nathan and Clay sit around while the kids are playing, and they're drinking, the boys are drinking beer. Nathan and Clay. And then Clay says he's going to leave. He has some work to do, and plus the body spray girl is coming by. So Nathan tells Clay she has a name, Kylie, trying to put her, give her, some, dignity, because Clay was kind of acting like she wasn't really a person. And then Skills, Jerry, and the kids are playing football in the yard. Clay tells Nathan that someday when Jamie's older and he thinks back on his best days as a kid, he'll think of this day, which is funny because we just said we don't remember our 7th birthdays. But, at least the day that he was happy, safe, and loved.
I will say, though, that if at my birthday party, a celebrity will show up, I probably would remember that.
True, yeah. And that's when Haley walks out asking if the guys need anything, and Nathan, sweetly says just her. And Clay tells Haley her sister is hot, and Haley tells him, so is her husband. She's always been amazing, talented, artistic, and has a wonderful marriage. And Quinn and Lauren are now playing football with Jerry and the kids, which was funny because we don't know Quinn, but it doesn't seem like Lauren would really want to play. I mean, she's a teacher, so she probably plays with kids all the time, but yeah, it's just funny to see her out there. And Quinn apparently is like a pro at this because she's making up the play. And Jerry's offended that Quinn told him to block after having 207 touchdowns in his professional career. And Clay is impressed with how well Quinn is playing. And then later, Julian and Brooke are back at the beach, and he says it's becoming their spot. And Brooke says, can't really call it a spot if it's only, every other month that they're there. And he says it's not fair. And then she says, sorry. She just, she asks if he remembers how it was in the beginning, even if they're apart, they talk every night.
Just continue.
Okay. And, her heart raced with every text. So it was just really, thrilling at the beginning. And every time her phone rang, she hoped it would be him. And Julian tells her that he still does that with her. But Brooke tells him that pain need to say people always leave. Who knows she was the one, she's talking about herself. She's just lonely there. And Julian says he's there with her now, and she knows, and it's amazing, and it's what she wished for. And he says he wishes for skinny dipping, so he takes off his shirt and asks her if she's joined him or what. And so she takes off her shirt and gets in the water with him. And then Nathan and Haley are, after the party now, and Nathan's giving Haley a foot massage and tells her he thinks Jamie had a great time today. He has his mom to thank for that. And she says that she has his dad to thank for a great life, and then brings up the time when it was the last season when they're on the road. This was all she dreamed of having, nights like this. It's Nathan says it's also what he's always dreamed of as well. And then that's when Jamie walks out asking who's creeping all up in his hood. And he tells them Skills gave him his CD collection. And Haley asks Jamie if he had a good day, and Jamie says he had the best, and he's glad that they're his parents. And Haley tells him that she's glad that they didn't leave him on the steps of that orphanage. How they felt that, that's how they felt some days.
Oh, I did like when Jamie said that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he was 5, he told Haley he, hated her and everything. So
yeah,
I was happy that he said that he was happy that they were his parents.
Yeah. And then Nathan checks out the basketball that Jamie got from Lucas, and he tells Jamie his birthday isn't over yet. He asks if Jamie wants to go to the river court and see if the basketball still has some good shots in it. So Jamie says yes and runs to get ready. And then Nathan asks if Haley wants to go too, but she says she'll stay and, hang out with Quinn and be good for them to spend some time together. And Nathan tells her that he's glad Quinn's there. They have fun together. And that's when Quinn walks out with a bottle of wine. And so Nathan says summer night, bottle of wine. And Quinn says if she were Taylor, it would be totally on. And then says her rock star little sister hanging out at her lavish pool and her pro basketball husband. And that's when Haley asks how David is, her husband. And she says he's working on a documentary to save the world. So I guess in a way, he sounds kind of a little bit like Julian, just not like movies, just documentaries. But she didn't really say exactly what he does for those. But Haley says it sounds like David.
Well, yeah, because you said to save the world. So I don't know, something to do with saving the world.
Yeah.
Well, then it was weird because Haley, at first when Quinn comes to town, it seems like everything's okay in this episode. But then Haley says, do you miss him? And it's like, okay, what kind of question would that be? If you didn't think anything was wrong in that person's life, you wouldn't say, do you miss them? Because obviously, if they're all good, of course they miss each other. So it's kind of weird that she said, do you miss them?
Yeah, it was a little odd. Because he is far away, but it would be weird if somebody asked Haley the same question with Nathan being gone.
Right. Of course your answer is going to be yes.
Yeah, you should be at least in contact. So, you miss them, but not miss them as if they're gone or something like that.
No, but you miss them every day. When you're not together, you still miss the person.
Right.
And long distance isn't fun. Nathan and Haley know that. But it's just it's weird. Again, if you're in a happy relationship, you wouldn't ask, do you miss them?
Mm-hmm.
It's if you think that person might be happy without them, you might say that, but not if they're happy. And I don't think until now, I don't really think Quinn really gave that off of we're not happy.
Right.
So it's weird that she would ask.
Yeah, besides for the luggage that you mentioned was a lot. But that still wasn't really hinting that too much.
No, and Haley never questioned it. It wasn't here Haley saying, I saw the luggage. Do you miss them? Nothing. Until later when she's in tears, basically. That's when Haley gets it. But here, and it was weird. I would have been, if I was Quinn, I would have been well, do you miss Nathan when he's gone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she could have just easily said that she's just staying for a few days because she's lonely being at her house alone without him or something like that.
Yeah, like he's gone for a week, so like, can I stay here?
Yeah.
Something.
Mm-hmm. And then Haley says sometimes she thinks about the way that they grew up, the house with all the noise, the family, she misses it. And Quinn asks her why, and that's when she calls her Haley Bob for the first time because she has it all right there.
It's true. Like, hello, look at the life Haley has.
I mean, besides,
what a lot of people dream of, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she means like she could have said like I miss the noise, so I want to have more kids or something like that.
Or like I miss mom, dad, and you. Maybe not Taylor, but like
yeah,
you know, like I miss you guys. Because you can have your own family, but still miss like your parents and you know, and your siblings and like that kind of stuff. Like but you can still miss that, but also have this amazing family that you created.
Right. Yeah, because as far as we know, her parents are still on their road trip on the RV.
Right, but apparently her dad died.
Right, but we don't know when. So
maybe I'm thinking college.
Yeah, maybe. Even I mean, it'd be weird because you think then her mom would just come back to Tree Hill or something and live with them or something. But where was I? Oh, at the river court, Jamie almost makes a basket, and Nathan says that the basketball is just a little rusty, so he can try again. He does, and he makes it this time. And then it was funny how Jamie asks if Lucas was a good player, and Nathan says yes, he was very good. And Jamie asks why he stopped playing, and Nathan says he had a problem with his heart. So then Jamie, figures out like, Grandpa Dan. And he says, yeah. And that's when Jamie admits that he misses him. And then
it was funny how he says, Uncle Lucas, I mean. And
yeah.
Like, okay. And then I thought it was cute when they played Lucas instead of Horse.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then, okay, but did I hear Nathan correctly? He said that if he misses the basket, he gets an L, which is true. Then he says, and $50.
Was that later? I think it had to be because I'm at the beach again after this.
Oh, well, it was when Nathan had a shoot.
Oh.
Because he says, and I get the L.
Yeah, I think it was some money. I just can't remember. I didn't.
Yeah,
like,
he says
later.
Yeah, he said something like, I get the L, and then, he says if I make it, you give me $50. Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
And then, on the beach, Brooke asks Julian how the movie's going so far, and he says they're into a couple of issues with the work visas and permits, meaning it's going to take longer now.
And instead of 8 months, it's going to be 10 months.
And then he says he has some good news. He decided not to produce the movie, so she asks why, because it's so important for his career, and he says that it's a lucrative movie. It wasn't that important. He wants to make important movies, and besides, there's a girl that he's kind of in love with, and he couldn't be away from for another day. So yeah, that's not good. And then, because he's just making it not seem like he's making it seem like it's not a big deal that he's missing out on it, even though he is.
Well, especially when he first told her about it, he was so excited because it was a big opportunity, and yet now he's like, "That wasn't that bad, or it wasn't that good of a movie," and it's like. Okay, so when it makes $100 million, you're gonna say it was a little movie,
Yeah. And then this is where we kind of get more of the hint about Quinn because she's looking at Haley and Nathan's wedding picture from the first wedding that they had, and kind of like missing her relationship with him when they were happy. And then meanwhile, a woman, the same woman from the commercials that plays. And she starts stripping off her clothes to get Clay off the phone because he was talking on the phone to somebody. And then Quinn and Jamie are on the back steps in the backyard, and she's telling him she's just basically telling him what she's seeing as she's been traveling the world for work. And she's even showing him pictures she took, and then teases him by saying that when little boys turn 7. Just like him, they have to go into the wilderness and live alone for a whole week, and Jamie says he couldn't do that. And then Haley comes out and tells Jamie it's time for bed. And Haley tells Quinn that Jamie really missed her, and so did she. And so it seemed like she was gone for years with this.
Yeah, we never saw her.
I mean, yeah, she's probably traveling for a while, but yeah. It just, since we don't know her, it's kind of weird to, hear them say that. But Haley gets a call in from the studio, and it's weird because no one is, there. She's there at her, at her house. So she says she's not, she hopes nobody, oh my goodness. She says she hopes that herself isn't calling, and then that's when it's the woman from the other label. And she tells Haley, first thing right off the bat, that they have interest in business hours. She waited at the bar for half the day, and then a manager finally let her in. And Haley apologizes. She was at her son's birthday party and introduces herself, and the woman's name is Miranda Stone.
So, like, didn't she know when Miranda was coming, though?
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. Maybe.
So, I feel like you would know.
Sooner. It had been sooner. Maybe, like, they changed it without telling her or something. I don't know.
Oh, see, that's what I would have told her. Sorry, they didn't tell me.
Yeah, like, maybe it was supposed to be tomorrow or something, so that's why, yeah.
Yeah, I would have been like, sorry, I was told this day, and you showed up, so not my problem.
Yeah, I can see John just, like, not caring if Haley knows or not. And then she tells Haley that they're looking forward to hearing her music. Haley says it's been a slow process, tough to focus while running the label and raising her son.
Yeah, and Miranda said that's not why she's there. She's there to shut down the label.
Yeah. And then she kind of insulted, well, I was going to say, she also insulted Haley and Peyton because she says that they almost lost Peyton to one of those, meaning, having a kid. So that was rude. But yeah, so yeah, she's there to shut it down. And then Haley gets home to find Quinn upset, and then that's when we find out, at least if you're a new first viewer, that when she said she missed David, she asked for a while now, but then admits that she left him.
Oh no, it was I think it was when Haley said it's tough to focus on her record while like running the label and raising a son. She said we lost Peyton to one of those. So they lost Peyton to the baby, as in raising the baby was more important than her record label.
Yeah, as I'm saying, she kind of insulted Peyton by saying, she put motherhood before work. Yeah.
Well, I mean, your kids are important, so
yeah, just Miranda doesn't know that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can just tell Miranda's the kind of woman that doesn't care about kids or understands that at all.
No, it's annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Quinn says that she left David because he's not the man she fell in love with, and he hasn't been for a while now. And she didn't agree to spend the rest of her life sleeping next to a complete stranger. I mean, nobody does, but then we transition to Clay laying next to a stranger who was sleeping. So that was probably the reason why they put that there in the script. And then Jamie is still looking at the CD collection, and he tells Nathan he doesn't want his birthday to end, but Nathan tells him it's time for bed. And Jamie asks him if his 7th birthday was as good as his. And he says he can handle the truth because he's 7 now. So then we find out that for Nathan, there's a big party planned, but then, his dad realized that there was a Pee Wee basketball tournament the same day, so they canceled the party.
Of course they did.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost or something, and he wouldn't let it go.
Yep, and didn't speak to Nathan for the rest of the day, his birthday. And Jamie asks if he ever forgave him, and Nathan says he wishes he could. Tell him that he did, but he didn't. And Jamie tells Nathan that he thinks he should.
Yeah, why? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, he was a terrible father. Like, I don't think that Nathan needs to say anything to Dan.
Yeah, because they kind of, I mean, he's a kid, so anything can happen. But at first, they made him think. They made it seem like that Jamie was mad at Dan too, because remember, he didn't really talk to him after that ever again. And now here he is, like, saying he misses Dan, but trying not to make it obvious and telling Nathan he should forgive him.
Well, so now I think I know why.
Why?
Because Dan has that show that Nathan's watching, or that Jamie's watching, and it's his redemption show. And it's talking about forgiveness and stuff.
Jamie was watching that?
I thought that's what was happening.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I just thought it was weird how he switched up like that. Like now he wants to, have Dan his life again after he told him the truth about Keith.
Remember,
I
don't know. Somehow he's like thinking that, everyone should be forgiven no
Right.
matter what they did. Because he knows what he did. That's why he kind of stopped talking to him. So that is weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So then Dan's talking on his show. It's about forgiveness, and then Clay's alone in bed, but Clay's still in bed with a stranger, and then he goes outside to make a call. And then he said that he wants flowers sent on the 14th. So was that for like the anniversary, or maybe like the birthday or the death anniversary of his wife, maybe? Because I don't know, they never bring that back around, but you got to assume that's what it has to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our first hint that, he had a past like that. Because, right now it seems like that he's like not the kind of guy to commit and settle down, so.
Right. Because then he say he was not in love with anyone or something.
Yeah. And then Brooke asks Julian, what if they ruin it, sleeping together. There's a feeling she gets when she sees him, the feeling she gets when she sees him finally after a month. And, the way her heart aches and all that, she doesn't want to go away.
Yes. Nathan leaves the room. Jamie turns on his TV and it's Dan Scott's show.
Oh, in this episode?
Yep. That's when Dan was talking about forgiveness.
Right. Okay. I don't know. I watch these episodes and then I move on to the next. I kind of, I guess, forget stuff until I see my notes again. But yeah.
Yeah, because I just pulled that scene up because I'm like, I swear I saw that. Like, I wasn't like imagining it when I watched it. And I was like, I saw that. I thought that's what happened. Like, that's why Dan's on the screen. And yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Julian tells Brooke that, that feeling won't go away. They won't let it. And then Dan is talking again. And we see Clay again. And the woman woke up and finds Clay on the balcony. She tells him to come to bed. She'll make it worth his while. And he tells her that he has to go. But she can sleep there or he'll see her later, which I was kind of surprised. You think that he would just want her out, like he's like trusting her to be there alone. And she's bummed, saying nothing like love at first sight, and that's when Clay says he doesn't believe in love. So yeah, but we don't get much information of that for a while. And then Dan says it's been nearly 37 million seconds, 10,000 hours, 14 months since he realized what he's done is not who he can be. And, he tells his audience to unburden themselves of their mistakes in the past. And when they do, their heart grows stronger. He should know he was supposed to go out a long time ago. So basically, it sounds like he's saying, like, once he forgave himself, his heart suddenly got better.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't it sound like he was saying that?
Something like that. Yeah. Like, definitely not anything, like, definitely not any procedure that he's had. Definitely something about how he changed his life, and all of a sudden he's healed.
Yeah,
that's not exactly how it works,
right? And then we see Clay and Nathan joining him on the pier. Nathan joins Clay on the pier. Yeah, Stan keeps talking, and he tells Clay it's 4:30 in the morning. Our title right there. What's going on? And Clay shows Nathan a picture on his phone and asks if the girl looks familiar to him. So it's the same selfie that the woman Renee took earlier at Jamie's birthday party, and Nathan tells Clay she was there, and he asks why. And Clay tells him the girl says he slept with her on the road and she's going public. Yep. So now we have another plot line where Nathan seems to be cheating. Yep. When we just did this 2 seasons ago.
Yep.
I mean, it is a twist, and it seems a little bit more interesting because he's famous now, so it's like it's the same plotline, but it's still interesting in that way because it's not like exactly the same thing. Like he just met a woman.
Yeah, like this isn't the nanny this time.
Yeah,
and last time he actually was flirting with her. This time he has no idea who she is.
Yeah, he's completely innocent. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, season 5, he wasn't exactly innocent.
Yeah.
But here he is. You don't even know who she is.
Yeah.
Again, he should have questioned why she was at the birthday party.
Yeah. So like I said, it's the same plot line, but it's different this way. So it's still interesting and not worn out.
So for me, the high, I liked the birthday party. I liked when they brought up Lucas and Peyton. The low, probably, obviously the Renee coming to the birthday party, not Nathan not knowing who she is.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, my high was the birthday party and just the introduction to Quinn because I do like this character a lot.
Me too.
And the low was with Renee, but I kept calling her the woman because when I was writing these notes I couldn't remember her name, so that's why I kept saying woman. But yeah, Renee.
I do like Clay.
Yeah, I do like him too. I just like Quinn a little bit more. Yeah.
I think that they are a great addition to the show. Yeah. I know some people hate it because it's not Lucas and Peyton, but it's still refreshing.
Yeah, I just Clay loses a little bit of points for forgetting he has a whole son for some reason. Yeah. Besides that,
that's why he went down.
Yeah, that's out of the whole series. I just hate that plot line so much because it just doesn't make sense at all. So yeah.
No, and it's definitely not who Clay is.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if he had a kid, he would be a single dad. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and too bad that wasn't the actual real thing. That wasn't the real thing because it would have been cute if Jamie had like a little friend like that.
Did you see who was in this episode?
The boy that plays what's his I can't remember his name either.
Andre.
Oh, Andre. I thought you meant play son.
No, they said Andre, and I went.
When did they say Andre?
Oh, it was when they were playing. I think it was when they were playing with Jerry Rice.
The huddle. Yeah.
I was in complete, but I was in complete shock.
Was Madison and Chuck there too, or was it just I don't know. I know there were some kids there.
I think it was Andre and Chuck, but like I heard Andre and I went what? Because like for the life of me, I thought that he was done in season 6. I did not know he was here for the first episode.
Yeah, I mean, because he didn't talk though, and I think that's maybe this is his last appearance with them. I don't know.
Something. It was weird though, because I'm like, I did not realize in season 7 ever that we were going to see him.
Yeah, because I know we definitely see Chuck a lot more later on, and then
Chuck and Madison.
Madison still too. Yeah. Because I guess they just keep her around as Jamie's crush, but yeah. So.
But yeah, I was completely shocked when I saw that. I was like, "Woo, okay."
Yeah.
It's like a bittersweet because I know we won't be seeing him.
Right.
So, but I was happy to see him, so it was bittersweet. I would rate this an 8. I thought it had good drama, but I still want the backstory of what happened the past 14 minutes.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd say 8. I think it's definitely a good, solid episode of the introduction to new characters like this, and basically kind of shifted and was a whole different show. So, yeah, it could have been a lot worse than it was. So. Yeah.
You said it could have been worse.
I mean, than it was. I mean, just because, like you said about the Millie out of character, and it was kind of ridiculous with the mountain skills, being naked and trying to freak each other out like that. Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
That was also one of my lows. Was those two just like how they are 25 years old.
Yeah, they could have just been like stopped cleaning and then like gross each other out that way. Like. Oh, you're being a bad roommate. Maybe you should leave, because you're not cleaning up after yourself or something like that.
Or they could have done like pranks on each other. Like,
yeah, it still would have made them like childish, but like just.
It'd have been more funny if they were like pulling. Remember when like Dan and Deb were always pulling pranks, and even though it was terrible, it was still funny.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just pull pranks on each other? Like that to me would have been more funny than them getting naked. Like what?
I mean, it was funny really walking in then, but yeah, besides that, I didn't like it, yeah.
But she still could have walked in on them pulling pranks on each other.
Yeah.
And then that she could have voiced, "This is so childish."
Right.
And walked out the door. Like, it could have been that same thing, only them pulling pranks, because that's more fun. And then, who was your best and worst?
Well, the worst was Renee, even though she was in this for like 2 seconds. And then I put the best as Julian, and I guess because he didn't make Brooke happy with coming back and saying that we're getting the movie, but also kind of hurt himself at the same time. But like as a boyfriend, that was good. Points there. And you?
The worst was, man, I already forgot her name.
Renee?
No. The studio lady. What's her name?
Miranda.
Yeah, that lady. I don't like her.
Yeah.
I don't like her. Okay, here's my thing. Nathan should have already protected himself from Renee. That's his own fault. Now listen, it also hasn't went public yet, but I don't like this Miranda chick. She comes in and she's like, I'm gonna take this studio down. No. No. And then talking about how Peyton chose motherhood. You mean she chose to be there for her child, unlike her own father?
Right.
So I don't like her. No. Haley thinks she's just here to get some help, and no, she's here to shut it down.
Right.
So I don't like her. I don't even remember if she gets better. I feel like she don't. I don't know.
I think she does. That's why I went with Renee, because she just keeps being horrible.
And then the best. Who did you say was the best?
Julian, because he made that sacrifice for Brooke, even though it wasn't for his self.
No, because what if he resents her later?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that could be realistic too.
I am gonna say the best. I'm gonna say the best was Clay. Because he was the one that got Jerry Rice, who Jamie wanted, to his birthday party.
Yeah.
So I think, because remember, we don't remember our birthday parties, but what we would probably remember if a celebrity showed up.
Right.
So Jamie will remember that birthday party because of Jerry Rice, and it had nothing to do with his parents.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say Clay. Also, I did like Clay's introduction. I thought they did a good job showing us he's the agent, the very young agent. But yeah, I think definitely Clay. I liked how they introduced him in this opener. Yeah, I'm excited for this now.
Yeah.
And then what's next episode?
Episode 2, What Are You Willing to Lose? Which definitely is a good title for this scandal here with Nathan.
Yes, Nathan, what are you going to lose? That's what I should say.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.